Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Matt Doherty, and I am a customer success manager here at Reprint's Desk/Research Solutions. And with us today is my colleague, Jonathan Wilson. He's our Vice President of Implementations, and in just a few moments, he will be walking us through this Article Galaxy training session. Now, this is going to be a very informative session, whether you're new to Article Galaxy or a current user who's here to learn a little bit more about the features that we offer. We're going to review how to use the platform to search for articles and then place an order, how to manage references, and how to collaborate with your colleagues, and also how to identify reuse rights to ensure copyright compliance. Now, this is also going to be a great opportunity to ask any Article Galaxy related questions that you might have. Please note, if you are a current Article Galaxy user, you may see some tools or configurations during this session that are not actively enabled on your account. Article Galaxy accounts are customizable, and we offer various options to suit the workflows of our customers. However, everything you'll see today is available, and I would encourage you to reach out to your account manager to learn how to get those features enabled. Now, if you don't know who your account manager is, you can actually reach out to our customer support team, and they'll put you in touch with that person. To that end, I've included a few links in the chat just a moment ago, including a direct email with our customer support team. All right, so I'll just start with a brief history of Reprint's Desk. We've been providing document delivery services and related workflow solutions to companies worldwide since 2006. Over that time, we've served a variety of industries, including biotech and pharmaceutical, education, and government institutions. The company recently acquired Resolute AI, an advanced search platform powered by artificial intelligence and natural language processing, and Cite AI, an award-winning search and discovery platform that leverages AI to increase discoverability and evaluation of research. We're going to continue to add relevant technologies to our product family and roadmap to ensure that our customers are at the forefront of research innovation. All right, and like I mentioned a moment ago, I put a few links in the chat here, some great resources that are going to be available to help when you need it. There's going to be the knowledge base. This is a great resource with a lot of information about not only the features that we offer, but how to use them. And then, of course, the support team. You can get in touch with them via email or phone. All right. And so let's just start off with a look at what we're going to be doing today. We're going to start off within Article Galaxy, taking a look at those tools for discovering, acquiring, and managing scientific literature. That's going to start out with the Article Galaxy search, which is going to bring up results for your keyword searches, and then how to go and actually place an order for those documents. We will spend some time with our integrations that are available, including a PubMed integration. So if you're already starting your search and discovery process there, this will be a great way to ensure that you can bring Article Galaxy with you and not disrupt your workflow all that much. We'll take a look at that browser extension. Again, another tool it's wonderful for bringing Article Galaxy with you to the tools and sites that you're already using in that search and discovery process. And then today, we're going to actually focus a little bit more time on the Reuse Insights tool. We'll then dive into Article Galaxy References, which is our bibliographic manager, a great way to organize the literature that you are using, collaborate with your colleagues, and there's also some other features in there that are going to be very helpful. All right, and so like I mentioned, we are going to be focusing on the Reuse Insights tool today, and this is a wonderful tool that really helps to ensure that your organization remains copyright compliant. It's a platform that is integrated directly with Article Galaxy, and it's really just a single location for your organization's reuse rights, right? So you're going to be able to go in there and look at those articles or publications that are going to be important to your needs and see how can you reuse the content from those publications. And the great thing about the Reuse Insights tool is that it is not just a single source of information regarding the reuse that your organization has access to, but as you can see, many sources of truth. The first being the publisher-supplied licensing data. This is actually data that's coming to us directly from the publishers. And so when your organization has an annual reuse license, they are allowing us to know which publications, which articles are going to be able to be reused by your users and how they can be reused. We'll then take into account any customer supplied licensing data that you're able to provide. This may be subscriptions that your organization has directly with the publishers, or perhaps even some other sort of negotiated reuse that is particular to your organization. The third is open access and Creative Commons licenses. And this is really where this tool stands apart from everything else that's available out there. So again, with our relationships directly with the publishers, we're able to take articles and other types of documents that are available via open access with that Creative Commons license and let your users know how it can be reused in a copyright compliant manner. And again, this is very specific to the Reuse Insights tool and something that helps us to stand apart from other tools that may be available to you. Finally, we have information that can be pulled directly from those reproduction rights organizations like the CCC or CLA via third-party integrations or API information. All right. Well, with that, let's dive in. I'm going to pass it on over to Jonathan, and he'll get started. Go ahead. Stop sharing my screen.
Helps if I come off mute. Hello, everyone. My name is Jonathan Wilson. As Matt introduced me, I'm the Vice President of Implementations here at Research Solutions. I'll be sharing my Firefox screen just as soon as I can click the right buttons, and you should be seeing it momentarily. Perfect. Again, let me welcome all of you to today's demo. I'll be going through a couple of unique things to the Research Solutions Article Galaxy platform and touching briefly on Cite, our newest acquisition as an organization. What you see in front of me now is the Research Solutions homepage. Many of you as users of Article Galaxy already, or if you're new to the Article Galaxy platform, will log in from here. Simply click on the login button here at the top and you'll be prompted for a username and password. We also support organizational single sign-on. So if your organization uses SSO, that is something we can also support, which would give you a portal entrance through your organization's website, typically. Once you're authenticated, regardless if it's username or password or SSO, you'll be taken to the Article Galaxy dashboard. I've already logged in, so here is the dashboard for my account. We'll quickly go over the UI elements here, starting from left to right. On the left, you can see that we co-brand with your organization. You can see that the Research Solutions icon is here at the top, as well as the Article Galaxy logo to the left of that. We allow for Article Galaxy individual accounts, but having co-branded with my organization lets me know I'm on my organization's license. Below that is the navigation menu. If you're an existing customer, you may see a few things here that aren't available to you. As Matt mentioned earlier, if you have any questions, please get in touch with customer support or your account manager for more information. The homepage is where I currently am now. The order form has two links, one from the homepage here and one from the left-hand navigation bar. They will take you to the same location, and the order form allows you to do things like bulk ordering, as well as ordering things that may not be a conventional article, such as book chapters. My orders are my personal order history from the Article Galaxy platform. My company PDF library is a repository of all articles either acquired through or ingested into the Article Galaxy platform. Reuse rights, as Matt mentioned, we will cover in a little depth today, is the copyright compliance piece of the Article Galaxy platform. References is our bibliographic utility, and extensions works with any of the four major browsers, Firefox, Safari, Edge, and Chrome, to allow you to take Article Galaxy with you to whatever discovery service you prefer working in. In the center, we have a quick search box here, which is the first thing I'll cover in depth, but it allows to search for DOI, PubMed ID, or search terms. Below that, we have a little splash about our new product Cite, which is now part of Research Solutions, and I'll showcase that in just a minute when I do a search on how those integrate together. On the right-hand side, we have our resources pane. These are customizable by account. So mine, again, if you're an existing Article Galaxy user, may look a little different than yours. I do have links to our products here, Cite and CureDatus, our systematic review engine. I also link out to discovery services such as PubMed, Google Scholar, and SciFinder. Also, as part of your organization, we can put any Article Galaxy trainings, such as a demo that like I'm doing today, customized to your organization, and we can provide a link to our share file page here. In the top right, we have a notifications button. we do monthly release notes, and those can be found here, as well as any information pertaining to your account. Feedback provides a feedback form to go to our product team on enhancement requests that you would like to see for our platform. Help will take you to a help page for our customer support team, so you can put in a ticket if you're encountering any issues. And then in the top right is your profile. If I click on that, you can see the option to change password, go to our FAQ knowledge base, or simply sign out. The last thing is in the bottom right, there is a chat box to chat with a live support agent. This is typically active during US business hours. Now, I'm going to showcase the quick search function of the search box here in the middle and just put in some basic search terms. I'm going to search for heart disease, and you'll see that there are a few different options that are available to me. The first is to search within the Article Galaxy platform itself. This will allow me to search through Crossref or PubMed. Crossref is a discovery service that partners with us to return results, and PubMed is a direct API integration that lists results based on the most recently added to the PubMed database. Now, I can also search heart disease across the metadata and citation statements of Cite, and I can utilize the ChatGPT Cite Assistant about heart disease. Whichever one of these I choose, I'm going to just showcase the citation statements on Cite. It does redirect me to the Cite website, which I've already logged in to ahead of time. But you can see that Cite has a variety of different resources available here on this page. I think I'm having browser issues, so just imagine that there it goes. Sorry, my internet is very slow today. You can see that there are different resources available within Cite. There's over 1.5 million results. For today's demonstration, I want to showcase the searches within Article Galaxy. So while those two are an option, I'm going to choose the first one to proceed with the demonstration. So within Article Galaxy, I mentioned there are 2 different search options. I can toggle between the 2 of them at the top. But for today's topic, I'm going to search simply for heart disease. Now you'll see as the articles load, there are acquisition methods here on the right-hand side. This first one has a price. The price of the PDF is $62. But as I scroll through this list, you can see that different prices appear as well as different options. The first few articles were all set at a purchase price only. However, as I scroll through my results list, I can see that this article has a purchase price of $52 or a rental price of $17. Rentals are set by publishers, and as long as the publisher allows for rentals, we have that available on our platform. The way that rentals work is you have 3 days from the rental period to evaluate and view the article, and a 3-day window after that grace period to purchase it for the full cost. During that 6-day evaluation window, you would just simply pay $17 for the rental, and if you decide to purchase, that rental fee is rolled into the $52. So during 6 days, if you rent and decide to purchase, you won't pay more than $52. After that 6th day, if you decide to purchase, you will pay the $17 rental fee as well as the $52 acquisition fee. You'll also see as I scroll down many open access articles. Article Galaxy has the industry leading open access filter. So many of the articles that you'll see will be available via open access. We also have the option, I'm not seeing any of them here, to load your holdings specific to your organization. If you have any subscriptions to specific journals or tokens through a specific publisher, we can load those as part of your platform and have you access those materials through your subscription or, excellent, through your token package. Now, there is other information available on this page. I'm going to showcase just this open access article here. You can see that the bold script here at the top is the article title, and then followed by the author's name. After that, you can see that we do load multiple authors if that metadata is provided. It also shows the publication name and date, as well as the DOI and PubMed ID with link outs to their respective pages. I can also save this reference to my Bibliographic Manager references by clicking this button and selecting the folder that I want to save it to. I can also check my reuse rights directly from here. I'll showcase reuse rights in more depth a little bit later, but I just want to showcase that throughout the process, it is available for you to reference during the evaluation process. I can also click the caret menus here for the ability to view the abstract. Some of these won't be found. Most of these, in fact, if I click this DOI link out, will probably be within the last few days of being published. You can see this was first published online on June 5th, so yesterday. So a lot of this data may not be quite available for reference in our system yet. Cited by and recommended will probably be the same situation just because it is so new, but we do have the new option of asking ChatGPT to provide an article summary based on this information. This is a live review, so it does take a second to load. It does give the information that is available to ChatGPT about this article. You can see the article review is a very human language oriented paragraph form. It's easy to read and comprehend. However, the other really helpful evaluation tool from our ChatGPT is the key findings and conclusions. Now, key findings and conclusions are typically bulleted items, usually numbered bullets, and you can see that it brings the information in a very concise form for evaluation. Additionally, available through ChatGPT is the similar articles and information about the authors. I'm going to collapse this menu, and then we're going to click on the actual access button, which is the blue button here on the right, to go to the order form page. On the order form page, you'll see a lot of the same information that we saw on the search results page: title, abstract, ChatGPT. The functionality that was there is still available here. You can see the check reuse rights option is here as well. If I were to click on that, you can see that this is a CCBY article, which means I can use it for most intended uses. Going back to the full text access tab here at the top, you can see that there are a variety of different options available here, many of them very important. If I click this first caret menu, you can see where the article will be delivered to and the intended use I've selected. I can choose within my organization to deliver this article on behalf of someone else. However, they will need an Article Galaxy account to access the material. Our delivery emails provide a link back to our platform and do not attach a PDF directly. The intended use section is the copyright compliance section. By clicking this drop-down menu, you can see 4 of the most commonly used intended uses for copyright available on my demo account. We have up to 14 different intended uses. So if there is a specific intended use that you need for your organization, contact customer support or your account manager to help with that. Now, the 4 I have loaded here is internal for myself or a colleague within my organization, and then 3 external uses. One is medical affairs, regulatory, legal authority, and then a single copy distribution outside my organization. The first one is just if I'm using it for personal research or someone else that's licensed on the Article Galaxy platform. The external medical uses, regulatory or legal authority, these are ones that are external, but for a very specific purpose. The single copy distribution outside my organization is just distributing a copy to whomever is unassociated with your account. This would be an example of pharmaceutical companies needing to distribute literature to doctors' offices and allows them to pay the correct copyright fee for each distribution that they use for that published material. I'm going to collapse this menu. I have the option here to include supplementary materials. If I check this box and there are supplementary materials available, they will be delivered separately by our customer support team in a zip file format. The reason they are not delivered immediately is because we do not know what type of format they will be provided with. Oftentimes they can have Excel, photographs, even videos as part of supplementary material. Once they are acquired, they will be available to you via email and stored in your company PDF library. Below that, we also have the ability to select a tag for our references utility. References allows you to tag articles for organization within the bibliographic manager itself. At the point of acquisition, I can click on either of these tags, and then I can remove them by clicking the X as well. I can select multiple tags, no tags, or just simply one. This option can be made mandatory by your administrator and can be edited by your administrator as well. I'm going to leave this at metastatic breast cancer and collapse the menu again. This department name field can be is an HTML element. It can be a drop-down menu. It can be a open form field like I have here. It can be renamed to anything you would like. It could be invoice number, it could be project name, what have you. This is an editable field created by our team or your administrator to be able to capture data for your reporting and invoicing. Now, the last thing on this page is the Get PDF from Open Access. One of two things will happen when I click this button. One, a download timer will begin, and I'll be able to either get the article immediately or know that it is not available immediately and request it, and wait for it to be delivered by our sourcing team. The other option is that no timer will begin, and it will just simply say we cannot download this immediately, and it will be delivered separately. This is the first option where it was available immediately. You saw that the timer started clicking down and it was loaded faster than I can complete my sentence. So we do deliver most articles immediately. Some articles, if they're very new, such as EPUB ahead of print, or if they're very old, may take more time for sourcing. Our typical turnaround on sourcing is 1 hour. However, if it is an extensive sourcing item on something more esoteric, we will contact you about the sourcing options for that particular publication. Since my article loaded immediately, I can click Open PDF and immediately view the PDF in my browser. This is a non-add-on browser. It works through JavaScript on your computer, so you don't have to install any extensions to use our PDF viewer. The metrics here on the left, you can see it includes smart citations and cited in sections that are powered by our site product. You can find related articles as well, but again, this was published yesterday, so there may not be that information available. You can also see different options for viewing, such as the pages and chapter information if available, as well as the option to print, save, and present based on this article. It's important to note that articles obtained through our platform are DRM free, so you can utilize them as many times as you would like opening and downloading. So let me close this tab. And from here, I'm going to go back to our homepage and pause very briefly and go to the order form. Now, the order form link, as I said, is available here from the homepage and from our left-hand navigation. I'm going to click the one on our homepage, and the order form you can see has a lot more fields than simply the simple search box that's on our homepage. The ability to cut and paste multiple orders is here. I can upload a file or cut and paste multiple citations to have them ordered on my behalf. The usual turnaround time is within 24 hours. And I can search for a DOI or PubMed ID or enter an article title and more metadata to obtain an article. This is especially helpful if it's an older article that may not have a digital identifier. The other nice thing is I can search for things that are not articles here, such as book chapters. If I put in the title and then the publication it comes from and hit details and pricing, those are the two mandatory fields for ordering for ordering through the order form. However, if you can provide more information or the most information you can provide, the easier it will be for our sourcing team to acquire that material. Now, you can see that there is no price. Price is to be determined because based on this information, we do not have enough information to provide you automatically with a price. However, we can provide that as part of your request. My orders is the order history for your account. You can see that I have the order that I just placed here, and I can open the PDF. I can also filter by the availability of the article, the order date, or simply search my orders here at the top. I do want to showcase that throughout the process, again, the check reuse rights and save references for our two products are available here as well. My company PDF library is a repository of all orders that have been placed through my organization or articles ingested to my account as well. You can see I have 931 articles. However, I have not personally ordered 931 articles. The most recent article acquired is here. This is the one I just acquired. However, if I scroll through, I should be able to see a quick example of supplementary material being stored here as well. Now, getting to reuse rights, you can see that there is a link here. I'll simply click on it. However, the reuse UI allows you to search for DOI, PubMed ID, ISSN, or publication name. This works with your licensing to tell you how you are able to copyright compliantly reuse the articles that are acquired in our platform. So I'm just going to grab the most recent one here, check reuse rights. It will open a new tab and take me to the reuse rights UI. Now you can see that because this article was acquired under a CC BY licensing, it is available for reuse based on my CLA license for these specific reuses. Now, as I go through this process, I can be copyright compliant based on my licensing and be sure that I have the correct information on how I'm able to reuse this. There are some publishers that even for things like open access, that if it was CC BY, even though it is CC BY, do not allow for things such as medical affairs. If I'm ever curious and I have my licensing set up with Article Galaxy, I can just simply, without having to go to my licensing site, check that information. I can just simply click the reuse rights, open a bunch of tabs in your browser, and see how I'm able to copyright compliantly use this. You can see that this is an example where in Bentham, under my licensing, I'm able to reuse for these first 3 intended uses. However, for a single copy distribution outside my organization, I must pay a copyright fee for each reuse of that. There's more information on this page, such as a time and date stamp and a disclaimer on what reuse rights are. If it is important for you to know at a certain date and time that you had proper licensing to reuse this article, you can simply email or print this page for your own records. There is the option here at the bottom to request more information. We do have a team of copyright experts that can help advise you on how you're able to utilize your copyright compliancy piece. And we have the option to enable linking out to your copyright license as well. This is an excellent way of just very quickly staying copyright compliant, which is very important when publishing or working with literature. Again, I just want to mention, if you have questions about this, please reach out to the customer support team or your account manager for more information. We would be glad to do a demo for your account or answer any questions that you have. Now, the last thing I want to showcase very quickly is the references utility. And I lied, that is not the last thing. We're going to keep going after that. But this is a very important thing that I do want to showcase. References, though I click the button and it looks very similar to the Article Galaxy platform itself, is its own product. And you can tell by the transformation that you see on this page. By default, when you click on references, you're taken to your company PDF library. However, the format has greatly changed. The paperclip icon means that there is a file attached. Now, I do have articles, or citations in here that do have supplementary material. Actually, let me find which one that was, because I want to showcase that here. Presentation and outcomes. Ah, we have a question. Okay, sorry, I'm going to pause. John, oh, good name. How does potentially sharing to regulatory authority affect cost? We don't know whether we will share when we download initially to screen if applicability, you're using big words, if it contains relevant data. That is a great question. So some publishers, as I said, don't allow for sharing on certain things by default. Matt looks like he wants to say something. Matt, do you have something to comment? Okay. So let me just go back because this is a good question. So if I check my reuse rights just randomly for this one that I was looking at anyway, you can see that this is CCBY. I, as part of my company PDF library, don't know how this was initially purchased. I can tell in my orders if it was what intended use it was, but this is the power of reuse rights. It is something that allows you to check based on your licensing if you can share it to a regulatory authority, and if you have to pay a different copyright other than the one that you initially purchased it under. Matt says he would like to answer this question. Matt, go ahead.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry, Jonathan. I didn't mean to click that. Please go ahead.
How dare you? But while you're off, is there anything that I have forgotten or that you would like to add to that comment?
No, that's exactly the right answer. Yeah. It's all dependent upon your reuse rights that you've purchased through one of those regulatory, organizations, and whether it's going to be cleared or not with that reuse right. And if it's not cleared by that reuse right, you can always come back and purchase additional intended uses for the articles that you may not have foreseen beforehand before purchasing.
That is something that is important. I'm glad that you brought that up, and I did forget to mention it. What Matt just said is that if you need it for a different intended use and you have to reorder it, it is very simple. If you click on the reorder article here, you can very easily do that from here. Or if I don't have that and it's part of my company PDF library, the other thing you can do is you can take this DOI, and I'm going to grab it here because this does two things. And one that I forgot to mention, duplicate detection and reordering based on intended use. Now, duplicate detection, this is why the shared repository of the PDF library is important, because I already have this as part of my PDF library. You can see here, accept and open. This is handy because one, I don't have to purchase it again for this intended use. I know automatically that I can use it again for this intended use. It also gives me immediate access to this article. If it was something that needed to be sourced and it took even just 10 minutes, that's 10 minutes so your next user doesn't have to wait to read that publication. However, I do, and I'm not sure, let me check this real fast. It is CC BY, but however, if I did choose a different intended use, it will change, and you can see get PDF $0 from library. It does transform based on a change in intended use. So you can reorder the article if it's one of yours under My Orders, or if it's part of your company PDF library, you can search for the DOI or other identifier and reorder it for a different intended use from the order form page itself. John, that was a lengthy answer to your question. I hope that it answered it comprehensively. If it did not, please clarify in the questions and answered. For sake of time, I'm going to keep going. I'll let Matt respond to any questions. I'm sorry, I just never get questions, and I was so excited to just be able to answer one today. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to close out of these first two tabs and then go back to the Article Galaxy references platform. And I've already, here it is. So while, and we just saw this a minute ago, while the PDF library looks different, most of the information is still available here. You can check reuse rights from here. You can save the reference to a folder that's available on this page. I can download the supplementary material. I can open the PDF. A lot of the elements still remain here. However, the UI has changed a little bit. You can also see a link to My Orders is available directly below that. If I click the caret menu from the PDF library, you can see the tags that I have assigned to different articles. And the one that I acquired today, which I imagine is this one, is available here as well. So it filters down my entire 931 articles to just the 6 or 7 that I have listed here under this tag. We also have RSS feeds, very simple to set up. You click the blue button in the bottom right, you add a title to the feed and paste the URL. These are meant to work with scientific or literature-based publications. So things like, and there's a disclaimer here, things like music streaming or news websites may not work. And then above that is a brand new search box. This search is not only our discovery tool. It does search Crossref only at this time, not PubMed, but you can see different articles based on my search term heart. It will also search my company PDF library, which again filtered down quite a few from the 900 that I have available. My personal orders, and you can see the one I ordered here today, and my folders. If any of the folders that I have available here contain that search word, it will show up as well. I don't have any shared folders yet, so that is grayed out. However, I do have my company shared folders that allow for you to search within the company shared folders as well. Now, everything above this line is about the acquisition of the literature or the material that you've already acquired. Below this very faint line is the management of that literature. You can see 3 categories: my folders, which are my personal folders. No one else in my organization has access to those. Shared folders can be just between you and one other person or a large group of people. Company shared folders are shared with the entire organization and managed by your administrator. You can see my folders here. I have a drag and drop. Oops. I have a drag and drop and refresh from my browser. I have quite a few different articles already loaded here. You see none of them have a file attached to them. We do import RAS files, bibtext files. We can also export to those formats as well. So even if I just have a citation list, I can drag those in here. Now, if I do that and I have the PDF somewhere else, I can always attach that by clicking on the citation, going to the Files tab, and adding that file. We also have a way that if it's part of your library already and you have an RS file, you can simply click the cogwheel next to the folder and then add PDFs from the PDF library. If they're available in your company PDF library, they'll be automatically updated and added to this folder. It does not look like I have any of those. However, if I did have one, it would be added here. I can also simply drag and drop from my company PDF library. I'll grab the one I ordered today, drag it over, and drop it into that folder. You can see that the reference is saving and has been saved. The article that I just dragged and dropped over is now bolded. You can see the date that it was added and has a file attached to it. Now, if I want to, I can also click and drag from my desktop from my computer. You can see that transformation happens. And as I drop them in, you can see them uploading here in the bottom left. It takes about 1 to 2 seconds per citation, and it will automatically find the metadata based on the use of, or based on the information provided by that file. So you can see here that this last one particularly has a numeric value as the title. However, it has been assigned, if I can find the right one here. Well, that one is too. It has been assigned the proper, keep going. Here it is, the proper metadata. And I can always edit that manually if needed. Always cite. And change the citation type. Maybe it was a manuscript rather than a journal article, or I can enter in the PMID or DOI, update whatever I need to manually from here. Now, let's say I'm doing research and I want to share this with a colleague. I'm going to click this cogwheel and go to sharing. And I can add a user. I could add Matt if I decided. I can also add their access level, such as viewer, administrator, or owner. Viewers read only. Administrator can add or remove files and rename things, and owner can delete the folder. You can have as many of these or none of these as you want. Everyone can be an owner if you decide to. Or you can create a user group and invite that user group as well. Right now, you can see the list of users is just myself, but I'm going to close this out and not bother Matt with just another email. I can additionally create a shared folder from scratch by clicking the plus sign next to shared folders, give it a name, and create folder. And that same window will pop up. The neat thing is, maybe I didn't mean to click this and I just don't want to add any users. If I click I'm done, that folder remains available and I can add users later on. So under the test folder here, under shared folders here, I can click this cogwheel and I can create a new user group, which I just showcased earlier. I can manage the user group or change the notifications, especially if I'm part of maybe a larger group, or if I'm the team lead, I can toggle between having no notifications, daily ones or weekly. And lastly, I do want to showcase two, run out of time, two very quick things. Within References Professional, I can annotate different articles. So if I open that same PDF viewer, you'll see there's new options within references. So it's just a freehand drawing tool, highlighting, etc. These annotations are available here under the comments. It says who made them and can take you directly to them. These annotations can be shared. If I drag and drop this to another folder, it does ask if I want to take a clean copy or the annotations with me. Lastly, the company shared folder. These are set up for the entire organization to view. This is either read or read write, and that can be set up by your organization's admin. This is an excellent way of sharing maybe publications done by your organization, maybe must-read articles for your entire organization to be not copyright compliant, maybe compliant with a regulatory agency. However you want to utilize them, we've had a lot of different case studies on how people have utilized these company shared folders. Now, very quickly, the last thing I want to showcase, if I can log back in, is the extensions. Now, we do have multiple extensions here. The one I'm going to showcase today is the browser extension, but we do have Office extension. The Word add-in works directly with references for Cite and Write, and the References Outlook add-in allows you to share bibliographies very quickly via email. Now, going to the home page, I'm going to search PubMed. I'm going to do the same search I did earlier. Oops. Busies. And you can see that the Article Galaxy extension pops down here from the top. You can change the way this appears. Clicking the X or changing the settings will allow it to be a little side pop-up, which takes up less real estate. And you can see I have 10 results here on this page, and it found 10 citations. Quickly, I want to showcase that this first result here we do integrate using OpenURL with a variety of different search and discovery tools. The orange link here will take me back to the order form within the Article Galaxy platform where I can acquire the article. I can also click the extension. It will probably have me sign in. It does sign you in based on the current user that you're logged in as. It does sign you in based on the current user you're logged in as. I'm not sure where that other tab came from, but here we go. So it takes a minute to load because not only is it loading the citation data for this article, it is loading my holdings, subscriptions, tokens, open access, my PDF library. All that data is getting pulled in. And you can see that while the UI is vastly different than the Article Galaxy platform, all the information is there. Who will be delivered to, the intended uses, the reuse rights, the ability to save for later within the extension, which is very handy, the customer reference field, and the site information. Now, if I click or unclick, you can see that it orders the full text for the item selected below. I can also go to share and send it directly to references if I want to. So the extension works with Google Scholar, Scopus, Embase, etc., and allows you to take Article Galaxy with you wherever you conduct your research. I'm going to leave my sharing open. However, I'm going to turn it back over to Matt to close us out for today's session.
Thank you, Jonathan. Great overview of the platform. There's no additional questions right now, so I'm actually going to go ahead and just take the screen from you if I can.
By all means.
And just remind everybody that, everything that you saw today is available on your account. And if it's not currently there and you're interested in learning more, please either reach out to your account manager if you know who that person is. And if you don't know who that person is, customer support can certainly put you in touch with them. And again, that email is in the webinar chat right now. Go ahead, shoot them an email. They're going to get back to you very, very quickly and make sure that you get the information that you need. What we also have here is that we are doing a 14-day free trial of the Reuse Insights Article Galaxy add-on here. So if it's something that you are interested in and want to learn more about and try it out, please, again, contact either your account manager or customer support to go ahead and move forward with that. All right. And with that, I'm going to say, thank you so much for joining us today. We do appreciate your time. Hope it was very helpful. Thanks again to Jonathan for that wonderful overview of the whole platform. That was a great overview. And again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, everyone.